Salut, bienvenue entre frais de la Stars. Je suis ici avec mon bon ami Ian et nous avons. Can we do it again? Salut, bienvenue autre frais de la Stalls. Je suis ici avec de bons amis Ian. Nous avons vu un musical nouveau, le Legacy de Braille. Is that what good?
Let's say
The Braille Legacy. Let's just. I think that's as far as my French is going to get us, unless you want to hear a story about my petty chat. We've prepared wonderfully for this experience because we're total francophiles. We made sure we immersed ourselves in the food before coming here. We went out for burritos, as they say in French, "mi gusta." So I think we'll just get straight to it. So Ian, votre critique s'il vous plaît. C'est bon?
Buff.
Buff.
Yes,
Beef.
Buff. Yes, beef.
Beef.
I liked a lot about it. I think the book was fantastic. I think what's his name, playing Louis Braille. Jack Wolfe as Louis Braille played it excellently. I think the staging was. I really liked the staging. I think it was interesting. I liked the choreography, and I liked a lot of the music.
I mean, yeah, I'm in most agreement with you on that. Jack Wolfe is really one of my favourite actors in this. He brings a real brio and a tenacity and a va-va-voom to Louis Braille. I also really liked Mr. I can't find him. Jérôme Pardon as Dr. Pina.
Dr. Pina would be my other standout.
Yeah, no, who brought a real ferocity and passion to the role as well. Doing this wonderful thing with blindfolds where sort of signifying when they can see, like not visually, but kind of like enlightenment. But I kept sitting there thinking, Teenage Mutant Ninja French blind people.
Did not. I thought the thing about the blind kids being dressed in white and the rest of the cast in black, and then the staging is all in white and white or reflective. It's very interesting visually. Tom
Sutherland's direction is fantastic as always. He is always in every show that he's done making use of height and depth of the stage. Has done this marvellously. Like I love the use of there's a little room behind the back of the rotating set, but because the set is pretty much see-through. He makes great use of that to some really wonderful moments. It just shows again that he's a fantastic director. You mentioned the choreography.
I thought that was fantastic.
Lee Proud again. And I don't think there's anything bad I can ever say about Lee Proud's choreography. And all of that adds a real movement and a real pace to the musical. It keeps going. It never drags. I think my major criticism are the lyrics. Now, this one takes some explaining. So, the Braille Legacy was originally in French. So, what we're seeing here in London is obviously a translation.
Yep.
I think the issue I have with the lyrics is that they're not very poetic. They kind of go, it always plumbs to sort of very obvious rhyming schemes and things like that. But then how exactly do you translate something into English but keep the essence of what the text is, but also trying to make it work? So, I mean, it's very difficult. It doesn't sound great. There's really a couple of groaners in there.
There's a few little clunky bits.
So, I mean, it feels awkward, but it's difficult to fully critique that because, of course, there is a reason it is a translation. But at the same time, though, it doesn't mar the show completely. You sit there going like, oh really, we went for that for a rhyme. And also like dots is not a good word to really rhyme. It's not the prettiest of words.
Nothing you can do about Braille dots, mate.
Yeah, you can't call them anything like, you can't call them Braille bumps, you know. My bumps, my bumps, my bumps, my bumps, my bumps. Check it out. This is a really interesting and really important story that needs to be told. I think that the book is really good. All the characters feel a bit two-dimensional, but then you're trying to fit in quite a grand story into the space of 2 hours. It doesn't feel particularly rushed, but it doesn't feel particularly complex.
No, I think one thing to criticise in that respect is Defoe as the villain of the piece is a bit one-dimensional.
It's a bit... I didn't know if you should have been booing or hissing loudly as an audience.
He was almost pantomime. This is the writing, not the acting.
Yeah. So it's a great story, a really striking production. We got some great actors on board. The music is really rich. I can't say particularly memorable, but it's not exactly offensive. Well, no, not offensive by any stretch of imagination.
Well, no.
But it's very rich. It's very emotive. A bit cheesy at points, though.
I think that may have something to do with the lyric, though. I think
that might be to do with the French's love of cheese. What would your star rating be?
Well, that's pretty easy, because had it not been for the clunky lyrics, I would be giving it a 5, so it has to be a 4.
In some ways, I want to give it a 3, but I actually think for the worth of the musical and the fact that despite the things I can pick at it, and will, that's my job, I actually think it's actually a really enjoyable evening. I'm going to give it a 4 as well. Mad Dots, Mad Dots, Mad Dots, Mad Dots, Mad Dots. Check them out.
Check them out.